How you doing? I'm Brian Donahoe, Master Motion Mechanic at the Human Garage. And here we have Alex. And today we'll be demoing some common corrections of some things I'd like to see in the gym happen more, and some common things I see in the gym that need to happen less. So I'll be correcting some common things and introducing maybe some new stuff that you haven't seen. First thing I want to do is talk about stress. Parasympathetic, sympathetic. You come into the gym, you're ready for a hard workout, your body's going to have a sympathetic or a stress response. But if you're already stressed before you go in, you could be taxing that system. So I want to actually get you on a base level to start, and that really is initiated through breath and diaphragmatic deep breathing. So how I'm going to do that the best way is I'm going to have Alex here lying face down. I'm going to have your hands on the triangle diamond like that to block your nose so it doesn't hit the ground. You're going to be lying all the way down face first like that, on your stomach. Completely relaxing the skeleton, getting her to breathe. I want a nice 360-degree expansion of breath. And we call this the crocodile breathing. So you can relax those shoulders all the way, relax these joints, relax the hip. Now, Alex, I want you to take a deep breath in. And I want you to focus on your belly expanding, your lower ribs expanding, driving that breath down into the pelvic floor, which is down here. And as your pelvic floor relaxes, your diaphragm can come down with it. And on the exhale, you initiate with a slight contraction of your pelvic floor, and the diaphragm comes back up. And you'll see, notice the breath changes, the expansion happens 360 degrees down there. Our adrenals and our kidneys sit right here, and they rely on diaphragm activation and diaphragm dropping down to stimulate properly. So proper diaphragmatic breathing tells the adrenals to turn on and turn off. And Alex is going to be taking that deep breath, that 360 degree of expansion, breathing into that pelvic floor like we talked about, relaxing all the joints. The idea behind this is to de-stress your body before your workout. And really what we're looking at is to actually reset, blank canvas, start our workout from a very balanced position. And that's what breathing does. It creates homeostasis between parasympathetic and sympathetic responses, calms the adrenals down, and gives us a great place to start from our exercises. The next thing I'm going to have you do, Alex, is flip over to your back, and we're going to discuss pelvic floor control. So she'll be bending her knees, head's back here. You want to take a look. Some people have a very forward head tilt, and when they lean back and they put their head on the ground, they'll actually end up back here. So for purposes of balance, I want to make sure your chin is aligned, and if it can't get aligned, you can put a little something underneath there to support and slowly relax your spine in that way. First thing we want to do is check breath again. Are we still breathing from our center point? And that's in our diaphragm and our pelvic floor. So we want to see that expansion happening. Build off the crocodile breathing. Neutral spine. So there's this natural lumbar curve that's happening here. We don't have a flattened back, and we don't have an excessive extension that's happening here, and an anterior shift. We find this neutral spine here, and breathe. Typically, we get about the pubic bone and the sternum are almost at the same height. You'll see some people doing this, tilting all the way back. We don't want to encourage that, and we'll see some people going hyper like that, and we don't want to encourage that either. So find that neutral balance and breathe. The challenge here is to inhale, exhale, contract the abdominals, and I want you to bring your legs into tabletop without moving anything at the pelvis. Inhale, Alex. Exhale, contract. Stabilize. I shouldn't notice any movement other than internal compression. And lift the legs up, holding stability. Inhale, exhale. Now what you want to do actually is just really challenge. Let's go into this 90-90. Maintaining that neutral spine. It's very important. The whole purpose of this exercise is to actually challenge the core. Inhale, exhale. Stay here for a beat. What I want you to do, on every breath, inhale, exhale, contract the muscles, contracting the pelvic floor, drop the leg down, inhale back up, exhale, drop the leg down, and inhale back up. You'll feel a challenge at the core here. We have other progressions, but just to start, feel if this actually pulls you out of the position that you're in right now. So if she was to lower, exhale, and lower, and she gets hiked up like that, then she doesn't have the pelvic floor control, and you'll have to go back to a more basic exercise. and any fitness professional can actually regress this into something that would be doable for you. All right, and we return to this position, call this the bretzel. It's a common externally rotated on one leg, internally rotated on the other. We're going to find that balance. Sometimes the knee will fly up. I want you to actually find the center point right in between here. You actually might have the mobility to actually drop down, but you're going to find the even balance. What I care about is back here, is equal pressure on the sits bones. These little ischial tuberosities, these bones right there that you feel, find that equal pressure. And I want you to just hold and breathe. And you're going to drop, if your left leg is in front, I want you to drop down to your left elbow. Alex, you can go ahead and do that. All right. And reach this arm long. Nice, balanced, seamless line right there. Inhale, exhale. And I want you to rotate, bring that arm over, and place both elbows on the ground. All right. You're really going to feel that twist here. So don't progress if you feel extra tightness. We can keep that 90-90. And you just want to breathe in there. Feel that expansion happening. Internal pressure from breath really allows the body to acclimate to what position you're currently in. Alex, I want you to drop down all the way, looking to the right, all the way down, reach those arms out. Call this the jade. This jade position really opens you up too. It's a primitive movement. It exemplifies hip rotation, torso rotation, cervical rotation, and challenges breath. To get out of this position, inhale, exhale, bring the elbows back into a W, get the hands close to the shoulders. Move with breath. Don't hold your breath if you're trying to get out of a position. You want to actually fluidly get out, rotate. Inhale, exhale, and switch to the other side. Grabbing into the same position. Inhale, exhale, find that balance on the sits bones. Placing the right forearm on the ground this time. Getting that long torso, arm up, and rotate through. Breathe, inhale, exhale. Excellent. And you're going to drop down in the same position, looking towards the left now. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale back up. Exhale to move. Coming out, rotate back, and find your rest position. The next thing I want to do is correct tall kneeling posture. If you look at a child as they're developing, they're beginning to stand, they're learning to sit up, they actually really have this nice tall kneeling. And at this position is when a child learns to stand up. It's unfortunate that adults can't really find this position anymore because of sitting in different external environment stressors that we've created in our modern day life. But being able to have this tall kneeling balanced position, like so, really restores pelvic floor control, which we have here, and total abdominal core strength. So we have that foot flat. Looking for a balance in the pelvis right here. We're not hiking up and laterally flexing. We're finding this neutral strength right here between our ribs. Nice and tall. Chest is open, head is up tall. Beautiful. And to challenge here, you can have your arms out, just like so. Inhale, exhale and rotate. So you'll see people do this in the gym. And back, inhale back. Exhale first, and move through. I use these during active rest sets. You could be doing any sort of exercise. Instead of just resting and waiting, you can be in a position like this, which is challenging enough, but it really gives the body a chance to reset and recharge. And one more time. Beautiful. All right, the next thing I want to see is a proper plank. So we've warmed our body up. Alex, I want you to get into a plank. And what I'll see here is I'll let them get into a plank and see what they do and correct from there. So I'm just going to have Alex do what she thinks is a plank. So, pretty good. She finds that nice neutral spine. Now, some people will really tilt back like this, and they'll round their back like that. That only promotes a posture, if you're standing, that's only going to promote a posture of a rounded back. So you want to challenge your core, your neutral spine. You have your natural lumbar curve coming in through here, thoracic curve and cervical curve. You got your pelvis right there, stabilizing in between. Beautiful. Also, you'll see is this rolling forward. This rolling forward usually is coupled with hands together. We don't do planks hands together. You wouldn't want to sit like this and have a posture like that. So what you want to do is restore posture. So separate that like that. Beautiful. Shoulder blades are pulled down and in. They're not winged out. And if they are winged out, we have other exercises to correct that. Stabilizing through. Here's the challenge. One thing is if somebody can move you during a plank, then you're not really stabilizing. So what I challenge is drawing your elbows and your knees together without actually moving them. Take these muscles and isometrically contract them. So you'll feel activate, and then instantly she starts to shake a little bit. A little tremor is okay, and earthquakes not. So if you can't get the activation down, just holding the plank will be just fine. Inhale, exhale, don't lose stability. And come out of that. Beautiful. Rock back, stretch, come up tall. Excellent. Nice job. Alex, you're going to be on your back right now. All right, so what I want to do is tackle two different things. I want to give a different option for different core strength exercises we can do instead of the plank. And I also want to address a pull-up. And I don't have a pull-up bar here, but I'm going to show you a position I'd like you to do pull-up exercises in. It's going to be very different than what you've probably done before. So we call this the hollow hold. So we started before on your pelvic floor control breathing with the knees bent. I want you to get into that position. Okay. Inhale, exhale. And I want you to straighten your legs out without losing this neutral spine. Inhale, exhale, straighten those legs out. Good. Here's a nice cue. You got your belly button right here. I want you to draw your belly button in without losing that curve. So it's a little bit of a pelvic floor contraction. Squeezing your legs together. Inhale, exhale. Bring it back in. Bring the knees back into rest position. Now, if you can't hold, you can actually drop down, or you can get back up into that position. I want to show one more progression. So I'm going to have you inhale, exhale, contract. Inhale, exhale, straighten the legs, contract. Bring those arms up overhead. Ready? This is how you should be doing a pull-up. And as Alex pulls her arms down, imagine the bar being right here. This is the position she's stabilizing in. They're not arched, the knees aren't back. She's pulling down. This is what a gymnast does, and it's a beautiful exercise. It's the only way pull-up should be done. And exhale back down. Stabilize. Remembering that you always want to do an exercise that you can fully do with proper positioning. So if you're losing stability at the low back, this probably isn't an exercise for you quite yet. Last thing I want to do is a common one, is a push-up. But you'd be surprised how many people are doing push-ups wrong just to basically say they can do a push-up. Let's break it down to show you when you can progress and when it should be regressed. And a regression is quite simple. It doesn't look like you don't know what you're doing. So first we're going to start and assess if this person can do the push-up. So in Alex's case, I'm going to have you get in that tall plank position with the arms out. The first thing you want to be able to do is be able to hold a plank. If you can't hold a plank, then push-ups probably aren't your thing quite yet. Stabilizing the shoulder blades, so getting them ready for movement. Inhale, exhale, drop down. And she holds stability. You see the natural curve? She's able to hold that. Now, if Alex wasn't able to hold it, all we would simply do is put her up against a chair that's stable, or a bookshelf, or even a workout bench. Bend your knees and relax. Something that lifts you up, that challenges you enough where you would just drop down to that. Never go to the knees. Push-ups on the knees are not biomechanically correct and actually can change the exercise and what they're really doing. So always remain straight. Basically just lift your body up. Hold. You can even do a push-up against a wall if it's something that you're not really comfortable yet with. And then work your way down to the ground. Always following the same rules. Neutral spine, initiate from the shoulder blades, drop your chest to the ground. Do not sink your head forward. Maintain that core stability the entire exercise. And those are some basic corrections that I just want to see incorporated more in the gym. We take a lot for granted that we're doing corrections and we're doing these things properly, but really they're simple cues that will improve your strength without compromising any mobility issues or compromising any posture mechanics that we all build upon as fitness professionals here. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.